Actress, author, and voice of a generation Lena Dunham has finally broken her silence over the controversy surrounding her memoir, Not That Kind of Girl, and her first-hand account of being the victim of sexual assault while attending Oberlin College. The story has come under intense scrutiny of late following an extensive investigation by Breitbart's John Nolte. Nolte specifically attempted to figure out the identity of Dunham's assailant, referred to in her book as Barry. Considering Dunham has claimed that Barry had raped her and hurt 2 other women and has never been brought to justice, identifying the alleged assailant could, potentially, save other women from his evil deeds. Nearly 1 week after Nolte effectively proved that the man described in Dunham's book was not a man named Barry who met many of the descriptions Dunham provided, Dunham has finally broken her silence by penning an open letter on the pages of BuzzFeed. She wrote, "When I finally decided to share my story, it had ambiguities and gray areas, because that's what I experienced, because that's what so many of us have experienced. As indicated in the beginning of the book, I made the choice to keep certain identities private, changing names and some descriptive details. To be very clear, Barry is a pseudonym, not the name of the man who assaulted me, and any resemblance to a person with this name is an unfortunate and surreal coincidence. I am sorry about all he has experienced." Dunham then goes on to explain that revealing her story in the pages of her memoir was for her own healing purposes, not to expose her assailant. "Speaking out was never about exposing the man who assaulted me. Rather, it was about exposing my shame, letting it dry out in the sun. I did not wish to be contacted by him or to open a criminal investigation. I am in a loving and peaceful place in my life and I am not willing to sacrifice any more of it for this person I do not know, aside from one night I will never forget. That is my choice. Like so many women who have been sexually assaulted, I did not report the incident to my college or to the police. Even when I visited my doctor complaining of pain, afraid I had contracted a sexually transmitted disease, I could only mumble through a description of that night. After all, I had been drunk and high, which only compounded my confusion and shame. And I was afraid. I was afraid that no one would believe me. I was afraid other potential partners would consider me damaged goods." She then lashes out at online critics who, she says, attacked her with violent, misogynistic language. Of course, by refusing to provide specific details and actually naming her attacker, it could be argued that more women could be victims of a man that Dunham accuses of being a serial rapist.